Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to this another special edition of the Iron Phantom's Black Book. I am your host, the Iron Phantom, and it is St. Patrick's Day. And for this edition, I am going to tell you a short story about the luck of the Irish. So sit back and relax as I tell you the tale. A curse of bad luck. Enjoy it. The luck of the Irish. It goes back quite a way. From a four-leaf clover to kissing the Blarney Stone to finding a pot of gold. But also, the power of luck could possibly be even within the saint of the Irish, Saint Patrick. In the story, a young Irish boy named Dermot living by the sea in a small coastal village on Ireland. Always getting up to mischief, always causing trouble. But one day when on the beach, he was playing around with his friends until he found a weak part of the ground and fell right into it. His friends asking him if he was okay, him telling them he's fine. But then says to his friends, "I think I have found something," said Dermot. His friends going in and looking around, they realized they'd found something. An ancient burial tomb. Dermot then goes around, looking. His friends creeped out and saying that they should go, insisting on it. Dermot calls them chicken and tells them if they don't want to find anything, then fine. But Dermot wandered deeper into this tomb, and there he saw the burial of a man laying. He then rubbed it by touching a small part of the body by the chest, revealing a green emerald-like color. Thinking, holy shit, I could make a mint with this. Then hearing a noise, getting the feeling he wasn't alone, he quickly grabbed the emerald and ran. That is when, out of the darkness, a snake appeared. A white snake with green eyes. Then, that is when the body awoke, revealing green glowing eyes. Dermot looked at the emerald, thinking, what is this thing? Not really understanding it. His mother asking him if he's coming down for dinner, telling them he'll be right there. Later that night, when Dermot went to sleep, something had slithered into his house, through the letterbox and all the way upstairs. The same white snake with green eyes slithered into Dermot's bedroom, and then, with its fangs, biting him.
That's when Dermot woke up, wondering what the hell was going on. Thinking he had a dream, he closes his eyes and goes back to sleep. When he awakes the next morning, he notices he has a mark on his hand, like 2 dots. Dismissing them, he goes for breakfast. And then he takes the emerald. His mother asks him where is he going, saying, I got to go, Mom. I'll see you later. Taking the emerald to a pawnbroker. The pawnbroker, a small Irish man, says, "What can I do you for? I wanted to know how much is this." "Where did you get this?" said the pawnbroker. "Doesn't matter where I got it. I want to know how much it's worth." The pawnbroker then closely observes it, looking within the emerald, seeing glimpses of serpents and a man casting them to sea. The pawnbroker then says, "It is important that you are honest with me. Where did you get this? Why, what's with it? Is it worth anything?" "It is worth nothing. I suggest you put it back where you found it." "What are you talking about?" "I always thought it was a legend, but legends can be many things." "Okay, you are seriously freaking me out. What is with the stone?" "This is not just an emerald, it is the stone of St. Patrick. They say when Ireland, a long time ago, was overrun with serpents, St. Patrick casted these creatures into the sea. But he didn't just do it like that. He was given a gift from forces that we could not understand. When used by someone good, and someone that wanted to help, it would bring its owner good luck. He used this good luck to drive all the serpents away, and to make sure that no one will ever use the emerald for anything bad, he placed a curse on it, that whoever stole it would be given bad luck. A curse. Wait, you're telling me," said Dermot, "that this is the curse of bad luck?" "What's going to happen? Nothing's happened to me yet." "Oh, not yet. Unfortunate things may start to happen gradually, but it'll get worse." "What are you talking about?" "According to the legend, St. Patrick had a serpent guard him, his tomb after he died. The serpent would go to those who stole the emerald, and he would then bite them, and they would turn into a servant of St. Patrick, unless you put the diamond, the emerald, the stone back. Tell me, do you have 2 dots on you?" "2 marks," said the pawnbroker. "I don't see if it's any business of yours." "I'm telling you, stop this before you curse yourself with bad luck. Look, I don't want advice from you, alright? You're clearly a weirdo that believes in all this folklore crap. Then may God help you, 'cause St. Patrick is going to want that back. If you don't return it before St. Patrick's Day, you will become a servant of his by then. You have 1 week to do this. So what, a week till St. Patrick's Day? Hopefully, I'll have sold this thing and I can make enough money to make my St. Patrick's holiday memorable. Dermot then takes it and walks down the road. As he does, he then attempts to catch his bus but misses it. Thinking to himself, damn it. Then a car drives past and splashes him with a puddle. Thinking, brilliant. Then it begins to rain. Over the days, more mishaps happen, more unfortunate things happen. He goes to his friends and they take ill. Then Dermot starts to feel an itching sensation from his 2 dots, thinking, how the hell did he get these on his hands? He then scratches. As he does, he scratches some of his skin away, revealing scales underneath. He then goes to a doctor who looks and says, I can tell you I haven't seen a case like this before. Scales. He then has a feel and says, they're cold. Tell me, have you been having any strange things go on around you? I've had one mishap after another, but I don't see how that's a problem. Well, I will refer you to a dermatologist, said his doctor. Maybe they can work out what's wrong with you. Dermot then walks home from the doctor's. He then walks along and sees a cat that drops a dead mouse. He then looks at that mouse, just looking down at it. He then feels an urge to consume the dead mouse, and grabs it. Later, when Dermot comes home, his mother asks him where he's been. He tells her that he has just been hanging with his friends. He then goes into the bathroom to take a shower. As he does, he notices that the scale marks are spread around his body, and then even looks in one of his eyes, thinking something isn't right with his eye, that it doesn't look human. He then tells his mother that he's going out again. As he does, he goes to the pawnbroker. He then asks the pawnbroker, please, tell me everything you know about this stone. You still haven't put it back. Very well, I'll tell you. I told you the legend of St. Patrick and how he got rid of the serpents. Now tell me exactly, where did you get this from? His tomb, apparently. I got it from his tomb. The tomb where I found him. You know, they say the real St. Patrick tomb is hidden around these grounds of this village. They say this is where he cast the last serpent. You need to put that stone back. I cannot get involved. I have too much superstition, and I cannot afford to have bad luck. Not with St. Patrick's Day coming, and you should return it by then. In fact, before then. Why, what happens if I don't? Then you will become a servant, a snake. You have exactly 3 days now from when I last told you. Dermot then leaves the pawn shop. As night falls, he then sees someone standing just from a distance, a manly-like figure looking right at him. Dermot then turns away and walks on home. He then begins to hiss, doing his whole snake tongue thing. Not feeling right, he sits down for a brief moment. There he sees a stray cat. Before the cat could even run, he grabs the animal and says that he is sorry. His mouth widens and his jaw extends as he swallows the cat in whole. That is when he sees the manly figure again, this time close up, and notices he has snakes around him. He then runs all the way home, getting in through a spare key he has. He closes the door, calls out for his mother. He looks and finds a note saying, "Tea is in the oven, gone out for book club." Dermot then hearing hissing in his house, like snakes slithering around, quickly retreating to his bedroom. He then looks outside the window of his bedroom and sees the snake man with the green glowing eyes standing across the road from him. Then he closes his curtains, only to hear more slithering around outside. Then a piece of paper comes through the door, old paper in old writing, saying, "Give it back." Dermot knew he had to return it. Dermot then made his way back to the tomb where he found the emerald. Seeing that there was no mummified body laying at the tomb this time, however, he does hear slithering and snake noises. That is when he sees the white snake with green eyes once again. He then says, "Hey, sorry I took your stone. Please, you can have it back. I understand now. I believe in this whole luck curse. And I don't know if it means anything, but I want to give you these just as another way of saying I'm sorry. A 6-pack of Guinness for you. I've returned it. I hope we're good." Dermot then leaves the tomb. Then the snake man appears out of the darkness, grabbing this emerald and placing it around his neck once more after Dermot leaves. The next morning, Dermot wakes up. His scales gone. Looking in the mirror, he notices that even the 2 dots which he now sees as snake bites have gone. and that the curse is lifted. Happy and relieved, going downstairs, hugging his mother, calling his friends. He then goes to the pawn shop and says to the pawnbroker, "You were right. I think I was cursed. You returned the stone." Yes, I did. Even gave him a 6-pack of Guinness just to say I'm sorry extra. Well, I'm sure St. Patrick would appreciate that. As Dermot leaves, he then asks the pawnbroker, "By the way, are you hiring or have any jobs going here?" The pawnbroker says, "I could do with a hand around this place. I'm not as young as I once was. I'll keep you in mind." Dermot leaves, and the very next is St. Patrick's Day. Dermot in the streets, celebrating with his friends, all having drinks. Dermot only being a young teenager, having soft drinks and being sensible. His friends asking, this isn't like him, he's usually sneaking a Guinness. Dermot saying, "I've learned a lifelong lesson, and you can't always push your luck." Then, in the crowd, Dermot looks and sees a man. A man standing in the crowd, only this time you could clearly see him. He looked very much like St. Patrick, wearing the emerald around his neck. He then even sees on his shoulder the white green-eyed snake. Looking right at him, both them making eye contact. St. Patrick nods his head in approval, and Dermot nods his head too. He then tells his friends, "Come on, let's enjoy this great holiday of our saint. Happy St. Patrick's Day," he says to his friends.
Did you like that tale? Did it teach you a valuable lesson about stealing or the will of luck or good luck, bad luck? Did you like the story in general? Let us know down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. I have been your host, the Iron Phantom, and this has been the Iron Phantom's Black Book, St. Patrick's Day Special. So, yes, until next time, well, I think this is it from me for now. I will return later on in the year for a Halloween special. So until then, till next time, don't have nightmares.
Do excuse me, but I made a minor error in my speech. I will return in April for an Easter special. Okay, now it is the end.